Tua. Had him on the show a couple days ago. Alabama quarterback, Roll Tide. I like him. He's my number one quarterback, although I do think there's an injury concern, but I would draft him still. I've said that. So Mike Lombardi's a buddy of mine. Mike works at The Ringer, used to be at Fox Sports, used to work for the Patriots, used to run the Browns. He has two teams telling him something bad about Tua. All right, let me address that. I tell my kids this all the time. What teams? Who's levying the criticism against you? If Bob Costas ripped me or Joe Buck, it would hurt. If a blogger does it, I couldn't care. Who are the two teams? A third of this league is poorly run. Who are the teams? What if it was New England that told him? Hoping to poison the waters, and he drops in the draft down to New England. Or at least in an area where New England could draft him in the 15, 16, 17 spot. What if it's the Jags? They've got 9. You know, if the Chargers are on the fence and we tell everybody we flunked and it gets out there, maybe they pass, and we get them at 9. A lot of people want Tua, but they're in the 20s, and they can't get him. But if he drops to 12 and 13, New England gives you 4 picks, goes up and gets him. I don't know who it is. I trust Mike. I like Mike. I am not in any way indicting Mike. I'm saying I don't know who the teams are. 30% of the teams in this league don't know what they're doing. Their coaches don't know what they're doing. Their GMs are not very good. They whiff on scouting assignments. How do I know their team doctors are any good? I would guess the Patriots team doctors and the Ravens team doctors are probably better than the bottom third of the league in Detroit through the years. Cincinnati, wouldn't you? Aren't there more great hospitals and medical professionals in New York, California, Massachusetts? Cleveland's got the Cleveland Clinic. I bet you the Browns have great medical people. It's a hotbed for great medical personnel in the country. So, I mean, who's saying this? That's the first point. I have no idea. Secondly, Tua missed 4 games in 2 years in the SEC. Easily the most physical football conference in college football. Let's be honest. Big 12, Pac-12, those are pillow fights. ACC outside of Clemson, pillow fights. He missed 4 games in 2 years. And oh, by the way, is that injury prone? Because 2 teams are saying injury prone. Is that injury prone? Because I know he plays well when he's hurt. I saw him throw for 418 yards and 4 touchdowns against LSU, the best college football team perhaps of all time, when he was hurt. We know NFL guys play when they're hurt. Let me ask you, he's had 1 major injury and 1 injury-riddled season from high school to college. 1. And in that injury-riddled season, he missed 4 games out of 13. Is that injury prone? Aaron Rodgers, 2 collarbone surgeries. Is Aaron Rodgers injury prone? I don't think he is. Big Ben, last decade, he has started a full season 3 times in 10 years. Is Big Ben injury prone? Didn't they just sign him to an extension? And he's old. Tua's not. Well, what about Deshaun Watson? Do you know why DeAndre Hopkins is no longer in Houston? Because they're clearing cap space because they're going to pay Deshaun Watson $250 million. He tore his knee up in college. He's torn it up in the NFL. He couldn't play last year, couldn't take a plane for a game because his kidney was all messed up. Is he injury prone? Doesn't seem to deter the Houston Texans. They're going to pay him $250 million. By the way, Carson Wentz has missed 8 games in 4 years. He's missed entire playoff runs. They signed him to a long-term deal. My point is everybody's hurt in this league playing quarterback outside of Russell Wilson and Tom Brady. Let me ask you this. Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest player in the league, right? Okay, stay with me. If you think Tua is injury prone, stay with me on this. In college, Patrick Mahomes had wrist surgery. Bet you didn't know that. He got knocked out of a game. Concussion. Tua never did. Oh, he played 8 games one year because of an AC joint issue in 2016. Tua never had that. In college, I can make the argument. Knocked out of a game, KO, wrist surgery, AC joint issue. He was more injury prone than Tua in college. Oh, by the way, Patrick goes to the NFL. He had an ankle injury last year. And then he missed a bunch of games because he had a dislocated kneecap. He missed at least a couple. So I got 5 injuries with Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to make $350 million. Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, Patrick Mahomes, are they injury prone? Other teams don't think so. Deshaun's going to get paid. Fitzpatrick's going to get paid. Carson Wentz did get paid. Big Ben got paid again. And Aaron just got paid a year ago. And they've all got injuries. Number 3, thanks to a new collective bargaining agreement, so what if you draft him and he only lasts 4 years? Arizona drafted a quarterback. They bailed on it. 12 months later, they drafted another quarterback, and we're all sitting here today going, I kind of like the direction they're going. Let's say you draft Tua. He lasts 4 years in Miami. That's where you draft him, Miami. 4 years as Brian Flores builds that defense up and the O-line up. 4 years. And he averages 13 games a year. He misses 3 games. But he's good enough, I think he is, to win 9 of the 13 games. He's not worth it? You don't give him a second contract. He's not worth that rookie contract in the rebuild? The merchandise he sells, the games he wins, the energy he provides, the value to the organization. This is not 15 years ago when you give Jamarcus Russell a contract, and if he whiffs, you're done. So I got who says they flunked him? I was in the Chargers war room 2 years ago. They took a player off their board because of injuries. He got drafted by a team that had recently won a Super Bowl. Translation, what's your board say? Even Chargers are well run. You know, the team that had it, well run. Disagreement. Opinions, disagreements. A lot of people didn't think Lamar's going to work. Lamar works. Disagreements. The second part is, what the hell's injury prone mean? Is Patrick Mahomes injury prone? Is Aaron Rodgers? Is Big Ben? Is Carson Wentz? Is John Watt? And the third thing is, even if he is, I'd still do it. The kid is Drew Brees accurate, unbelievable leader, the best, most accurate thrower of the football, intangible, sees the field, and it's not punitive if he's hurt after 4 years. It's not. You just, listen, you'll watch him in camp. If by the end of year 2, you're like, I don't know how long he's going to last, but we love him, draft another quarterback. And he doesn't even have to play this year, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So sit around, make sure he's healthy, watch. And if you know in that year, I don't know, they have 13 draft picks. 13. Solve the rest of the issues for the team. Continue the culture. They're going to win games. They won 5 of their last 9. But I don't buy this with Tua. I don't know who said it. I see injured quarterbacks winning Super Bowls all over this league. And it's not punitive if you draft him and he does get hurt. I just think he's too good to say no to. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.